What is up, fellow producers and musicians? Jack here. I've got my hand sanitizer and another video for you today. I hope you are all doing well and staying home and staying healthy. But thanks again for tuning into the show. It's my goal to help creative music makers get better at making music at home. In this video, I'm going to share some tips and recommendations so that you can make the most out of this time stuck at home during the coronavirus pandemic. Coming up. It's no doubt that things are uncertain right now, and I totally get the anxiety and the stress that comes out of that. But if you are at home and you're a creative person and you're trying to make the most out of this new amount of free time that you might have, here's some recommendations and things that I think you can do to really make the most out of it so that you can come out of isolation down the road with more music, more skills, more knowledge, better equipped to follow your dreams and achieve your goals. Now, the first tip and recommendation that I have is to pace yourself. Now, usually in my situation, when I suddenly have a lot of free time and the ability to focus on any project I want, I end up getting really stressed and anxious because I feel like I've got to do everything in that 1 week or 2 week period. And I want you to pace yourself because what that will do is it'll allow you to understand first and foremost that you don't have to do everything. Just because we're home and isolated, you don't have to write 3 albums and play 200 shows and tour the world, mostly because you can't leave your house, but also because that's just too much to try to do in that period of time. So instead, think of maybe the one main thing or 2 main things that you really want to focus on and dive into that. Because if you try to do everything, you'll accomplish nothing. Let me say that again. If you try to do everything, you'll accomplish nothing. So pick 1 or 2 things, dive in really hard and accomplish those. And then if you still have time, pick something new. My next tip is to find a quiet and isolated place within your home or your house where you can work uninterrupted. Now, that might be hard if you have a small apartment or you share a room with someone and you have a roommate, but do your best to communicate with the people around you that you live with. Be open and honest and say, look, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. Could I have this time every single day or every Monday to work uninterrupted? I feel like a lot of times people work against us simply out of ignorance because they don't understand what we need. So making the extra effort to communicate and let people know this is what I need, this is what I need, it should hopefully really help give you the time and space that you need. Now, my next recommendation is to do your best to limit your internet usage. Whether that means you're setting a specific time every day where your phone's turned off in any other room and your Wi-Fi is disconnected, or you're spending entire days without the internet, I really recommend having some sort of schedule and sticking to it. And the reason for this is that if we're not careful, these next few weeks of free time are just going to turn into Netflix watching, Twitter tweeting, internet searching, Facebook liking, Instagram scrolling, Snapchat story checking, Pinterest pinning, Tumblr reading, TikTok binging, unproductive mess of creative time. So really do your due diligence, practice some self-control, and put yourself in the best climate to be productive and get a lot done during this free time, because this kind of thing doesn't happen all that often, thankfully. But let's still do the best we can to take advantage of it. So once you've got time and space to work on your project and you've turned off the internet and limited distractions, I recommend just sitting down and starting the project you've been putting off for a while. I'm sure deep down in your heart you know what that is. Whatever it is, now is the chance to really take advantage of an opportunity to put a lot of good time into something that maybe you haven't had the time yet before. Even if you've been feeling unmotivated, making a little progress on that special project is sure to boost confidence and give you the strength to keep going once we do return to work and return to everyday life, hopefully soon. Now, my 5th and final recommendation might seem obvious, but it's probably the first thing you forgot about, and that is to take care of yourself. So it's really easy to fall into the trap of never getting dressed, never showering, never brushing your teeth. Why? Because we're stuck at home and we don't have to leave. You know, it's convenient. We probably don't even have to get out of bed. We can do our work in bed. Part of the challenge of working at home requires the responsibility and the intentional discipline and effort to get up, treat it like a work day, get dressed, be productive, take yourself seriously enough to work hard, and get out of that comfort zone even when we're still in our own house. So that means exercising regularly, keeping yourself clean, personal hygiene, wearing clean clothes, not forgetting to eat. I mean, we're creative people. It's super easy to go hours on end in the studio without food or water. But you got to be careful, because if you don't feed your mind and your body, it doesn't matter how creative you are. You're going to die. you won't ever achieve your full potential. Well, everybody, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit subscribe below, turn on that bell notification so that you can stay updated on new updates, and do stay healthy. Wash your hands, don't go out unless you absolutely have to, and practice safe social distancing. I know it's hard, but it really does go a long way, and before you know it, we'll be back, we'll be in business, and we'll all be thankful that we spent this time at home. So take advantage of it, be as productive and creative as you can, and I will see you all in the next upload. Stay safe, stay healthy. Peace!